Today we're going to refurbish our Yarbo robot lawnmower to get it ready for another season of mowing. So let's go do some routine maintenance and a couple of brake fixes. This is the Yarbo robot lawnmower, and we've had it for about a year, and we've had really pretty good luck with it for especially an early stage product like this. There is a little bit of a problem though. The track on this side is missing. It doesn't look like the track on the side that you're seeing, and we just need to do some maintenance, some refurbishment to get it ready to go for this season. It's been relatively trouble-free overall, but there's a few little things that I need to fix, and it just needs cleaned up because it's pretty disgusting out here. We get a lot of muddy conditions, and if it's not muddy, it's really dry and blowing dust. So it just needs a good clean out. So we're going to take the mower deck off, we're going to take the battery out, we're going to load it up in the truck, go charge the battery up on the plug-in charger, and just give everything a good clean and see if we can figure out how to replace this track. Yeah, that's pretty dirty. Make sure there's nothing living in here. I don't know if I can lift this. That's heavier than I remember. I'm not sure how we're gonna do this. Well, I definitely recommend getting some help. That is all I could do to lift that in. It wasn't very comfortable. But the good news is, once we get around, we have a forklift, we have lots of other things we can use to get this in and out. And once it's all repaired and charged up, I'll just drive it back here. At least that part's done. Now let's take it around to the shop and get to cleaning it out. In fact, you know, we may just go up and try to get it hosed out and scraped out first before I take it inside the building. Okay, so we're just going to very carefully drive around the building here. And one thing that surprises me about the Yarbo is how exposed a lot of the electrical connectors and things are inside. I mean, yeah, they should never have water directly on them, but I don't know. It just surprises me a little bit that they're not at least like Deutsch connectors or something that's rated like an automotive grade. Haven't had problems with it, so apparently it's fine. But I'm going to try to not spray the connectors too much. First, I'm just going to scrape it out with, you know, a putty knife or something like that, or just my knife. And then I'm gonna try to wash as much debris out as I can with a garden hose, not on a hard spray, just gentle. And hopefully while the battery's charging, that will dry out and we'll be working on the track. And now we're just gonna back up and not hit the well, the propane tank, the test field instruments, or the water spigot. So I noticed a couple things during the washdown. First is the casters. This has separated from the center hub. In fact, this center hub no longer spins. This center hub still spins, but the tire, if you will, has separated from the caster. They both otherwise, like the swivel seems okay, but definitely gonna need to replace the casters. Don't know if it'll run on these for much longer. The blades obviously need replaced, but that was expected. It was about time for a blade change anyway. But it cleaned up pretty nicely. Down inside the Yarbo, was able to scoop out most of the bigger stuff, and now we're just gonna let that dry while the battery's charging. And then can see that there's a fair bit of damage to this front sprocket, but we'll see how that affects the track, or if it does, it probably is going to be okay, but we'll see. That is the drive sprocket, as the motor is right back here and drives that. So now we'll go get it all inside. Well, I've got to admit, I'm a little surprised that those casters fell apart so badly. It seemed like an odd failure mode to me for the outer rim to separate like that, and for the one to be locked up. So, like I said, we'll clearly need to order some new casters, and we'll see how much those are going to cost. But, I mean, it did mow a whole season last year, and this is some pretty rugged terrain. We mow about 4 acres with it. Well, I just learned something new. So this is the wall charger. It's a chunk, but it's also 323 watts. But its plug actually goes onto the core, the Yarbo core. It doesn't plug straight into the battery. I guess that's because the battery management system, it looks like, is in the Yarbo. This is just 2 big power pins and then some cell sense pins for balancing. It would be really great though if the battery runs down when the Yarbo is out in the yard. If you could just pull the battery and bring it inside and charge it, instead of having to bring the entire core to where you can get to it with a wall outlet. I mean, I guess you could run this off the Milwaukee top off, like use a drill battery and plug this in. I don't know how many drill batteries it would take, but maybe you could get enough power to get it to the base charger. That would have been a kind of nice feature to see though. And you know, we are a dealer for these lawnmowers, but every time we have a problem, I learn something new, which helps me help my customers. But this is something that seems like kind of an obvious oversight to me. So we're gonna have to let the unit dry out before we put the battery back in. So that means it's time to go work on the track. So I put it up here on this cart. This is one of the old Walmart Sam's sample carts that they would give you sample food off of that I got at an auction. They're great, these handy, heavy stainless carts that roll around. But to get to this and work on the track, I'm gonna have to stand this up on end eventually. But let's see what we can do with it lying down. I got the tools that came with the Yarbo, and I've always got a lot of tools behind me if I don't have exactly what I need here. So this is Allen key number 2 that came with it. And I'm going to remove these 4 screws that hold this side guard on so I can get to all the mechanics of the track tensioning system. Okay, so I got that off. It was pretty dirty in there. Now I'm going to use key number 3 and take this screw out. And that should let us adjust this track tensioner back here with this track tension tool. So let's see if I can get it to move. Okay, we might have to loosen these too. Still seems pretty tight, so you know what they say, when all else fails, well, read the instructions. It should have been obvious. Need to loosen this using this big wrench that they sent. Don't need to take it all the way off, just need to loosen it. And maybe, it looked like these actually didn't need to come loose. There's still some junk in there, so we may have to do a little bit more clean out or a little bit more loosening, but we're getting closer. Yeah, that feels pretty gross in there, so I think there's a lot of friction. Yeah, this whole mechanism in here is pretty full of junk and not really wanting to move, so we're gonna have to give it a few gentle taps and then clean it out. Oh, that's a lot better, yeah. Well, that was an absolute mess, but it's mostly clean inside now. One little pro tip is I'm gonna turn the camera around here. So one little pro tip is right over here, you can hardly see that it's something that's not stock. I have an air tag inside a weatherproof holder, because that way if somebody takes my mower and walks off, I can find them. Now, I don't really think it's that likely that somebody's gonna take this and walk off, but you know, we are out here in the country. It's kind of unsupervised a lot of the time, especially on weekends when the business is closed. And it gives me a little bit of peace of mind being able to see that air tag on my phone. So now I'm gonna go ahead and flip it up, try to get the track on, and if I can get the track on, then we'll put it down on the ground. I may check the tension on the other track too, and we'll get it charging. I'm gonna go about my day doing all the other things I need to do today to get ready for some travel while it's charging, and then we'll see if we can get it to mow. And we still have to refurbish the deck too. So here's the track. Yarbo does recommend greasing. They sell a grease, but I just use this Super Lube multi-synthetic. It works really well. It's available on Amazon. You can get it next day. You just want to put a little bit inside the track where this drive roller goes. I do that a few times this season, but I'm going to lube the track as I put it on here, and we'll see if we can figure out how to tension this. Okay, track's on, so now we're gonna tension it back up. So Yarbo doesn't really have a spec for how tight to tension the track, but this tightening screw does bottom out. So I just bottomed it out. This seems reasonable. The other track seems a little bit more loose, so it probably backed off some over the season, but I can't get it any tighter than that. So we're gonna go ahead, reinstall this screw, tighten the nut, and put the cover plate back on, then I'm gonna check the other side. One thing that kind of surprises me is how many screws don't have any kind of washer. Like this one, this socket head cap screw, it's bigger than the slot, but barely. Seems like a washer, lock washer, something might be a good idea there. But we're gonna go ahead, tighten this lock. At least this is a nylock nut on this side. Okay, it's 17 millimeter if you're playing along at home. Make sure that gets good and snug. And put the side cover back on. Maybe we'll go rinse it off first. I think it's gonna be easier to finish putting the cover on the ground where I can see what I'm doing a little better. So I'm gonna leave the 3 screws I got started, flip this over and do the other side. But you don't need to watch that, we'll come back in a second. One thing I noted is these track guards, the bottom track guards, are really beat up. You can see that one's all bent up. This one is bent back as well. I mean, we have a pretty rough driveway here, but I'm a little surprised at how much those are bent. Though I do a lot of electrical work for my job, I'm not an electrician, and you know how you can tell? I know how to use one of these. So I'm gonna sweep up while the robot's charging, and then we'll change the blades out on the deck and see if we can do anything about those casters so I can get at least one mowing out while we're waiting on replacement parts.
Ready to work.
So it took me about half a day to get all of this done, but everything is running again and we're cutting grass. I've got some replacement casters on the way and we will see how this fares for its second summer, but be sure to stay tuned and see it and all the other cool things that we do here at Lima Geophysical.